that moment, like you gotta take some time just to like get your mind right. You know what I'm saying? You know, you gotta get your mind right, and you gotta definitely like take care of your health. Like you gotta make sure you're 100% good.
That's bro could have not been here for his daughter. Like that sucks, man.
That
That's
is yeah.
young. It's one thing to die a lot of ways young, right? But like heart attack, you're like,
It,
ah,
it's something to behold. You know, it's like
that ain't supposed to happen. Welcome everybody. Shitshow Live is back. We took a little break. We took a little break over the weekend. We had to rest up, heal up, go through some things. A lot of shit going down in this fucking world. I'll tell you what the fuck's going down. Medical degrees after what happened in New York on Saturday because we were all robbed. And you fucking know it just as much as me, motherfuckers. Okay, Nate would have fought with one eye. No, seriously though, Nate was getting his ass whooped, dude. I felt really bad. 3 rounds, all Mazadov, arguably 2 10-8s, at least maybe the first 10-8 was not a good fight for Nate. The top cut, yeah, always there, and the pedestal fight, it was there. But the head kick gashed underneath of the eye too. So at that part, it was kind of both gashed right there. Now you kind of only got one spot for those cuts to go, and they don't want to risk the eyes, which I understand. But Nate, dude. I always like starting off with, I don't know nothing, bro. But bro, literally, I don't know nothing. But he took 2 shots, a left and a right down the pipe. And then you duck your head, you leaned your head into the power side of a right face kick. The thing is, Jorge is throwing that kick as a body shot. But you duck your head so far down out of just tendency that he catches you right there, boy. And I know that shit's still hurting today.
What do you
Kicked him in the face.
What do you say to the people who are actually upset about them stopping over that cut? Because to me, I saw the cut. That shit looked nasty.
We're about to go down a long road here, Steve.
I'm just saying.
We're about to go down a long road here, okay? First of all, this bothered me, right? So I'm getting to the bottom of this. I'm getting to the bottom of what goes on with this. Got some info, learned some things, right? Number one, this is the 8th time that cut above Nate Diaz's eye has been cut open.
Okay.
It happened back in like 2008, like his 4th fight.
Right.
It's happened 8 times since then. First time that's ever been stopped because of that cut. Number 2, I learned when you repair a cut, right, with stitches or whatever, the maximum that you can receive and regain strength is 80%. Can never get 100. There's certain plastic surgeons that'll tell you they think they can get 80, 90, high 90, something like that.
Percent stitched or like?
No, they're going to get covered up. The chance of it reopen it.
Okay.
It's not the chance of it going back to 100% strength. It never does.
Yeah,
right. The highest it usually goes is 80.
Right. I think it's worse from there. Right.
And they say 20% every time it gets cut. So Nate's eyebrow right now might be at like literally 10 to like maybe 10, like 10% of normal eyebrow. Right. Now let's go over another thing I learned. When you close a wound, right, it's supposed to take, a year or 2 is what you really want.
Right.
But the rule in fighting is 90 days. That's what a doctor recommends for that to reach even that 80%. Nate fought August 27th, right? It's November 3rd. Same cut was open. Same exact cut, right? Yeah. So now this cut.
That's very interesting.
So now this cut that's been opened 7 times previously did not even get 90 days to heal to reach the 10% that it was at.
I commend you in digging to find.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Yeah, I got to bottom of that because I sat there and I think I was like, I've seen Nate cut every fight. Every fight I ever watched of Nate, I've seen that same eyebrow cut. So now I was like, well, where the fuck was that thing cut from the first time? Got to the bottom of that, and then I just want to know more about how a cut really heals. I got cuts of myself too that I like to know about too.
So, do you think it was rightfully stopped?
That is so hard.
Yeah.
That is so hard, right? Don't want nobody to lose a vital thing.
It's funny. I'm sorry to cut you off, but it's funny they said exactly what you said last time on the podcast before we talked about the Jorge Diaz fight, um, where they mentioned hopefully it not getting stopped before like the fourth or fifth round, or something about Nate Diaz really coming alive in the fourth and fifth because it's just what he does.
Yeah.
He just waits for people to get tired and whatnot. So and that's exactly what they said in one of like the analytics videos where they were just talking about it. It was like they really robbed Nate of that fourth, fifth round where he comes alive. Like, they asked Nate Diaz that question.
I did a lot of research, so I'm not going to be biased here. I also did my research on that. Okay, I did some research. It's just not true. Maybe the numbers show that he lands more strikes than his first rounds, but he's never finished anybody in the fourth or the fifth round.
Yeah.
Anybody. All of his wins have come in the third round. Any fight that ever won a 5, he lost. Ben Henderson took him 5. Those Angelos, I think, took him 5. He lost those fights. So it's kind of a lie. But I believe that his numbers go up, right? Maybe he strikes more or whatever it is. It don't necessarily have to translate to a win.
Yeah.
A lot of times it might be too late.
Yeah.
The thing about with that, Nate's eye was bad, right?
It was a big cut.
See, the thing is,
it's a doctor.
It wasn't even so much this, though. It's the fact that it's also gashed here.
Yeah,
so that's what they're saying is, where does that cut go from there? Well, those cuts go here.
Yeah.
This is what you don't want to get fucked with. You don't want to fuck with your eyes, organs, dick.
Especially eyes,
man. Look at Bisping, bro. Yeah. Bisping has a fake eye, bro. Literally, a fake eye from fighting. He lost his fucking eye. God, and you know the fucked up thing is, bro, that guy that did that to him was on steroids.
That was found out, though? That was found out?
Not proven, but he later tested.
Right. Had steroids.
Yep. So, that doctor's getting death threats and shit, just so you know.
I'm sure people are mad. People are upset. I'm sure it costs people money and all that. But
a big thing about that they believe it was is because it's New York. In New York,
stricter?
I told you they were the last to legalize UFC, and they're just like more tentative towards that, because I don't know did you see Tyson's Fury's cut? His last fight.
I think so.
It's just horrific, bro.
It was a nasty cut.
It was the worst cut I've ever seen.
I think we talked about
without a fight stop. It's literally this big up top, this big down there. It's just like fucking huge, bro. That fight didn't get stopped. Right. And that was in Las Vegas. So when you think about something like that, like I've definitely seen worse cuts, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
And for me,
bro,
we talked about this before with Tyler, right? Is you're not supposed to give it to the fighter, right? So that's where I'm not going to say, oh, if Nate wants to fight, he should have got the fight. I'm not going to say that. But what I'll say is his corner, his brother's there, his friends are there. Yeah. They're supposed to know. You know what I mean? They see him in between rounds. They see the cut.
Yeah.
They know, hey, my brother's always like this. This is how we fight, or that's bad. Yeah. Nah, this ain't worth it. Exactly, you know what I mean? Yeah. They sent them back out there for war. So for me, it's like, I know it ain't their job neither. It's the doctor's job. I don't blame the doctor. I don't think it was a bad decision. I don't think it was a good decision, right?
Well, I mean, it's always tough to kind of like weigh in on something where it's like, if we considered it a bad or good decision, especially when it comes to his responsibilities making a medical decision versus a medical decision first and foremost before any type of UFC decision from there. I don't think he's thinking, if he loses, if I call it, I see this guy's damaged eye, we could lose the eye here type of thing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, it's so
he don't want.
Like, for me, it's tough to just say it's either good or bad. I think we could.
I just said it.
I mean, I can say good though. I mean, like, I feel like it was a strictly medical.
Would you rather be the doctor that stopped that fight or the doctor that let Nate Diaz lose an eye in the fifth round, right? And now let's go to the next step of that argument. Did we want to see Nate fight that fourth and fifth? Because people are saying he would have came on, bro. Whoever was Nate Diaz,
he was getting his ass beat.
Nate was getting his ass beat, bro. And what his strategy was, it ain't. I told you, Mike Brown. I brought the name up many times. That's my favorite guy. That's Jorge Masvidal's coach. That guy has game plans, right? I'm a fan of the little things, man. I tell you, I watch the little things. Mike Brown has game plans. Nate came in with a horrible game plan. Yeah. So when you come into the fourth round, everybody thought, yeah, good thing. But look at Masvidal. Masvidal wasn't tired one bit. You're hoping in the fourth, Masvidal looked like this, and Nate looked like this. It wasn't like that. Yeah. Masvidal was ready to come hurt that boy more. He said it perfectly. He said, I was about to put the signature on my masterpiece. Yeah. Sorry, but
Very good.
watch the entire fight, right? Masvidal takes Nate to the ground. You don't see this much, right? But 1-2 to the head, 1-2 to the body, 1-2 to the head, 1-2 to the body, over and over. Left body shot, right kick to the body, right kick to the body. Dog, Nate wasn't feeling that good in that fourth neither.
Yeah, no.
If you watch the second drop of Nate, he dropped on no hit. He just dropped from a delayed hit.
Yeah. See, like, I love how both of them carry the fights and them fighting each other. Because it seems like they're really cool. And they're just like, I'm going to come back, I'm going to beat your ass next time type of deal. Just gonna come fight
They
you
both
again,
like that. I feel bad
Like-
for Jorge.
The first matchup was cool, but like, I don't think the second one gets. The second one, people of course get excited. It's Nate Diaz, but I don't think it's I don't think they rematch. I don't
I'm gonna
think it
tell
comes
you,
back around,
I'm tell you what nobody wants to hear.
That's just me. I'm not a UFC guy, but like, I don't think it comes back around.
That
I
fight
don't
ain't
think he won it
happening.
either.
That fight ain't happening, right?
You don't want it because you saw.
Dana did that because he absolutely had to. The timing was perfect, right?
Oh yeah.
But right now, what
both
Dana
guys
has,
coming
right?
out,
When you're a smart businessman, you don't fuck up your assets, baby.
Yeah.
You don't make your assets fight each other, right? Masvidal's worth millions now. Nate's still worth millions because everybody's still gonna believe Nate would have came in the fourth and fifth. But it's always gonna be that thing of Nate would have came on in the fourth and fifth. We'll never know.
Yeah.
He's always gonna have that. He wasn't
Exactly.
KO'd in the fourth.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That would have ruined the Nate Diaz cash cow.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? It probably wouldn't even have ruined him, but it would have been bad. Where for now, it's like they always have that of like, well, Nate he got dropped, but he didn't finish him.
Yeah.
And, the doctor stopped it.
Yeah. And then let's say
Dana's ready to ride a cash cow.
Let's say Jorge goes out and loses his next fight. Maybe that does come around. Where he fights Diaz again.
I got $50. I got $50 that says I call Jorge in Nate's next fight.
Since we last talked, I watched the video of Jorge's fighting Kimbo's prodigy.
Did you? Ray?
Yeah. But like, this was a cool video because he was commentating it. It would cut from like him doing it.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, I remember like the guy like Kimbo's protege. I forgot his name.
Ray.
Yeah, Ray.
Yeah.
He was a really cool dude. Like whenever we'd see him, I'd be like,
oh, you've seen that video? Yeah. He's like, I still see him to this day.
Exactly. Yeah. He's a great man.
Cool guy.
Yeah. I like him, and like I remember like he said whenever even back then whenever we'd see each other, I always be like, we'll meet one day. Like that's what he was saying. And like.
They fought twice.
Yeah,
that's up in a rematch too.
Yeah, I just thought that was a cool video. Where it's like
I say,
oh man, it was awesome because like he just went back and then like went over that video again and was just talking about just like remember that this is like a big thing in the beginning of my fight career.
Nate's got a video like that out there too. He never commentated it, but he's like 17. He fights like a 35-year-old guy. Bare knuckle and shit. Pretty cool. I like to see him do the same thing on that.
Yeah, exactly.
But
let's talk about
UFC's gonna ride that cash cow. I say they're probably gonna sit Jorge December 14th, I think. Kobe Covington will fight Usman. Jorge will fight the winner of that. I guarantee you, Dana hopes that it's fucking Kobe. That's the fight they want. They want Kobe because they were friends. Now they hate each other, so that's just gonna sell.
Exactly.
That's just gonna sell like crazy. And then
it'll be a good fight.
Nate Connor. Sorry. That's definitely what they want.
Well, I mean, because didn't Nate win one? He won one. Connor won one.
Nate won them both. Yeah, I mean,
Did he win them both?
I think so.
But
they gave Connor second.
Yeah, I got
that's
you.
why he always says like.
Well, I mean, I think that could have been like I think you could say like they wanted that 3.
You know my favorite thing about that is though, when he talks about that, they always go, are you gonna fight Usman for the belt? Or are you gonna fight for the belt? Blah blah. He says, I ain't fighting for that belt because he says I never lost my belt. He said, he's like adamant that he won that second fight and that he would have had the belt basically. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
He's like that, that's my belt basically. It's like I never lost it.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta love shit like that. I mean, like just as a person, like I like Nate. Like he's very entertaining. He's very entertaining, and like even though he's not like the most skilled out there, like
you still want to see him.
I like to see him fight too. Like
we're like with Masvidal though, he's truly skilled. Like he's definitely like he's got some of the best boxing in the UFC, if not the best. It's up there.
Just slinging them hands around, it's like that's what you want to see. You just want to see some dudes like throw a couple hands, Although like I do like the technicality of like watching people go at it on the ground. But I mean, there's just something about like those big hands that people be throwing. This like you see someone like bobbing and weaving. Like there was that video recently where like they were showing Canelo in a fight, and he was just like weaving so fucking hard around this guy.
Yeah, that
Like,
Danny Jacobs one. Yeah, he was really showing off on that one.
Yeah, definitely a big shot. I mean, like it was fun to watch because it's like even though he's not necessarily getting hit, you just see him like it was just so skillful to like watch someone do that. Even if it's not against the most skilled opponent, I mean, like I think doing any type of punches like that, is skillful. I mean, just because I mean, like they're flowing. I mean, they might even be touching his ear as he's like dodging these bitches. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm sure he's getting his ear sideswiped, just like ducking them out, leaning left, right, down under, trying to fire back and whatnot. It's just awesome. So like when you see someone in the UFC, like is just gonna throw some fucking hands at it. It's just like it's gonna draw crowds.
Now the thing about it is though, go 10 years prior, you can watch that same video of Mayweather doing that to Canelo, doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Canelo never did all that head movement before he fought Mayweather.
Right.
After he fought Mayweather, he goes, "Oh, that's what head movement does."
Yeah.
Next thing you know, he's a whole different fighter.
That defensive, it's just like I mean, it's like that's the way. Like if I'm gonna attack boxing as a sport, it's like that's the way it's a smart way to kind of attack it. It may not be the most entertaining, but I mean it's just like
I feel like
you play that defense, you score those cards. That's what boxing is as a sport.
But when you fight like that, right, it's a different kind of self-confidence, right? Like when you fight like how Floyd fights and like how Canelo's doing that shit, you just have supreme confidence that you're too fast. This guy, you're too good. The angle's too much. You're smarter, and because it only takes one time. They hurt. Yeah. If one hits, it hurts, man. Yeah. So it's like you're just really trusting yourself. That's why a lot of guys can't beat Mayweather because they don't have that. They're never going to have that confidence to go, you got me back into a corner and I'm still shoulder rolling. Yeah. Like that's unheard of type of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it kind of like you just ride the ropes a little bit.
Yeah, you just know. Remember Ali does that video, Ali, where he grabs the ropes. He's just like, can't touch this.
Like, before that, like the dude's just throwing punches. And he's just like.
The thing about it is like
holding the ropes the whole time.
The thing is, you can't hold the ropes. That's what I never got about that video. You can't hold the ropes. I feel like they just let Ali do it.
Yeah, I mean, like,
or maybe it wasn't around.
I mean, like, it's also not something like he didn't grab the ropes all the time, even though he did ride them a lot. Like, there was not. I won't say there's many times.
No, just that time. Yeah,
exactly. Where it's just like, I think for a moment, like people were just watching this dude weave in the corners, like, and did not get hit once, and he shimmies. Like, I think even the ref was just like, points. Like, listen, look at this guy. Like,
it was definitely dodging him.
So I mean, like,
it's funny because like the way that I found like my love of boxing is so much different than the way I love the UFC. The UFC, I just look at it like, man, I love to see two people square up. It's as fair as it can get. We can do as much shit as possible.
Right.
Because I don't think boxing's that fair.
With the leg kicks and stuff.
You can do everything. Take it to the ground, submit you, whatever I got to do.
And there's like with MMA, like you can be more like flexible with like how matchups are really planned out. Whereas in like boxing, like a reach advantage is like really huge.
Huge, yeah.
I mean, even if it's only like 2 inches, like in the UFC, like it can be compensated.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Kicks and everything. Exactly. Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. But when like my love for boxing was like when I really understood what they call it, like the sweet science. Like people really don't understand really what boxing is, like hand-to-hand combat. When when you just know somebody's only coming hands, you then can perfect that craft. Right. And that's what they've done with boxing to the point, like it's shit that we don't even see. That's how they say like fighters see it differently. It's angles. It's like points that they have in their mind. Like there's a guy called the Drunken Master. There's a guy called Archie Moore. I forget the Drunken Master's real name. Sorry about that, but Archie Moore was another one. Like they would just he would literally be dancing, like he would do like this. He'd be dancing and shit, and he would just be making people miss because he understood perfectly. If I'm right here and his body's like that, he can only get here by the time I get. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's a supreme confidence and understanding of angles, and just like you imagine how many people he could fuck up in the jungle. Like, that kind of shit, and you're just like, we're straight up apocalypse style, bro. We're just out there in the jungle, and you just know you got the best hands, and that's all it is hands. Bro. Like, we're just throwing hands. Bro, you're like, one-on-one, you could probably run through 20 guys.
We're just going back to that dude that, like, I forgot his name. I think it's the guy you're talking about, where, like, the dancing guy that was, like, boxing. You remember, like, there was a video where, like, he was, like, he did, like, this, like, two-step move where, like, he, like, stepped back, and, like, two-stepped. And like 2 steps forward, pop. And then brought up like uppercut. Yeah. You see this guy just go like,
oh yeah, he does like that. Yeah.
He's like hitting
Just
his
swinging
head.
it. Yeah, I remember
It's
that.
like you see the sweat in his head just go.
Just a
"Ah."
supreme understanding
it's
of
like-
angles.
I remember
dude.
like you watched it, like I remember he's doing like a shuffle, it's like, it's like it's just two pieces of guy like, and there's another one where he just dodges someone dancing doing this shit. It's like and it was great to see because he was a champion for at one point. He was the he was
great,
a
great
world
fighter.
boxing championship.
It was so funny. I was in this fighting group and I seen this kid post the other day. He was like,
Was he hit some capoeira?
he was like, biggest lie I was ever fucking told as a kid is when people used to tell you that their hands were registered. And everybody just on there geeking. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Like everybody would tell you, just like
I remember like you did like a martial arts. They were like, you got to register your hands.
register your hands.
You know?
Nobody ever has registered their hands, bro. Like maybe like an ultimate, like I don't know, military expert or something. But like that's just so funny that nobody's ever done that. And, like we all believe that. It's like, yeah, bro. Like if you're boxing, you
makes
can't.
sense.
Yeah, it does make sense.
Because if you kill somebody,
When you understand those kind of angles in fighting, it seems like you could, even if like I'm not saying, even if it wasn't your fault, when you instigate a fight and you know these angles,
when someone like
just
when
knock
someone,
out a dude.
like when you attach martial arts that people know that are like really actually require like throat strikes, you're just like, all right, well, like if you get your hand measured and shit, and like you get your bone or some shit like your bone density, whatever, like measured for like supreme shit, you get your DNA, fingerprints, all that, and then you got your hands registered because you know how to kill someone. It's like your fighting style that you learned. So it made sense as a kid. You're like, huh, okay.
For that guy, Tamir Whitehead, he's a linebacker. I forget exactly who it was, a tight end or something like that. But he just came up to the guy and just fucking karate chopped him in his fucking neck, bro. When like in the middle of a game, he's like just talking shit. Like, no, he did a backhand one. That's he's just like, just right on his fucking. It's funny because it's like the one open spot, because they got like padded, and then you got the helmet. And it's just like that's right.
I heard my cousin.
He paralyzed him. He's slip.
My cousin was a young kid. He had a black belt in karate when he was like 8. He eventually got his adult black belt when he was like 12 or some shit. And I remember like I would only see him every once in a while. I remember asking him one time like, did you have to register your hands?
No way, you really did?
Yeah, I remember being older than him. I was just explaining to him. I'm just like,
so
yeah, like,
hands
so like,
registered?
don't you gotta register your hands? Like, is that a thing?
And
Like,
he'll tell you just
he had a black belt in karate. Like he also did like the sword shit with like the commas that had like the sticks with the 2 blades at the end. Like,
yeah.
Those I was just like, you don't what? You don't have to like. He was like, do you got to do that? Like, this is like, I don't know. Oh no, you didn't do it.
He's
what?
like 13.
What? He's like, what? Like, do you not have to register your hands?
These are legal?
We're both just like, he's just like, I don't know. Do I? I was like, I don't know. Do you? Like, you didn't do it though. Like, I think they would teach you that at the school, right?
All right, right. There'd be a process, right? At the end, they registered your hands.
Yeah, exactly. Like you did all that. Like, that's how you get your
if
black
you
belt.
got your black belt, they registered your hands, right?
Yeah, black belt database. Is like
what?
Thing. Like now
so you're telling me just that anybody can be a black belt and we don't know? This is black belts walking around.
Black belt rapist. Like it's just black belt stranger danger. Just like I'm in the kung fu. Get the fuck out of here.
Bro, as bad as that sounds, seriously though, like you would not want to have to like fend off a rape by a BJJ black belt.
No, because
that'd be difficult. Even if he doesn't, like he just got supreme back control.
Or like he has an armbar. He has armbar. He's just like, you gonna let me hit? He's like, tap out. Tap out means you let me hit.
Imagine like he's just putting you to sleep, bro. He's like, you're choking, and he's just like, go to sleep. It'll be over quick. He's like talking to you like that. He's just like, I won't do that. I won't do that much. I won't tear you that bad. Everybody put you out.
He squeezes tighter because like he wants you to hear.
Yeah.
He tighter.
Yeah.
Well, like, I'm just thinking like he has you in a position where like you're in extreme pain. You can still talk and you're conscious, but you're just in pain. And like an arm bar, like a knee lock or some shit. And he's just like, you tap out means let me hit. It's like, you tap out. You gotta let me hit.
You tap out, I tap in.
It's just like he's like squeezing hard. He's like, he's really ripping your shit. You're like, you got tap. Yes.
I'm
Like you're conscious. You're not breathing right. You're just like, and you're getting tortured to the point where you just like
it's so.
It just breaks both your arms.
I picture he just does like some Khabib type shit where like backwards though. Like Khabib will do this thing where like put your legs between his and then he like crosses his legs. Like he gets you backwards though. So you're on your stomach and then he like wraps his legs around your thighs.
Right.
And he's just got like a supreme lock. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And then he just comes up and he like kind of just got your back. Like he's not L'ing you. He's not doing no submissions or nothing.
He's like held down by his legs.
And he's like, he's just got your legs like that. He's just unbuckling your pants and shit. You're just like,
he's like jerking, he's like reaching around, jerking you off. And it's just like,
it's like you're trying to break it, and you're just like,
he strikes you a little bit.
Perfect.
He's literally like holding, he's just like he's striking, he's just like, and you're just like, and then he goes back to jerking you off. And then he goes back to defending, and then he strikes you. And it's like. And he just goes back to striking you as you keep defending your
and he's just laughing.
Yeah, exactly. And like he's like
he's jerks off going like
himself up. He's just like, and you go back to defend yourself. He just comes back just like
no, they're like real sloppy. Like they're just like. And then they start hanging one. He's just like on the side of your head and shit, and then he jerks you.
Yeah. It keeps that day, just like he's swinging, just keeps going back and forth. You just don't have to.
Eventually, you just give up. You're all out of energy. He's been had you for 8 hours.
You don't want to get hit, and at this point, you're just like,
your face is all fucked up. You're kind of
jerk me off. Come on.
At this point, you're just like, I don't want to get hit no more.
And then like you just start smacking you, like Mickey Mouse in you in the ears. Just like.
It's so funny because when we had all these people here, we had like 20 people down here, and I'm sitting there, and you're sitting there and you randomly talk. I randomly talk. You see how we just randomly talk about this, and like you just geek about it, right? Like it's just like make a story, add to it, Well, when you do it around people, you realize how many people are just like Gary, you know? They're just like, why are you saying that, bro? Did something happen to you or something like that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, people do that, man.
So, like we had somehow gotten to like, I forget how it went, but it was something like the prison rape situation. I'm just like, all right, best way to defend it. I was just like, I'm trying to think. That's how you know me. I'm just like, look, I'm not gonna beat everyone, so I'm just trying to think. I'm just like, I'm trying to develop the perfect thing. I'm like, I'm grabbing a sheet. Completely cover myself in the sheet and just shit and piss all over myself and just like start rolling in it while I just hold the sheet as tight as I can. And I just start rolling all in it everywhere. And it's like, at least at that point, they got to go through a couple layers. You know what I mean? To get to me.
You got to get shitty.
Like, you got to get shitty to fuck me, you know? And they're just like, oh, they're still fuck you. I'm just like, oh, you know, at least what do you want? Like, I went as far as I could without saying I'm going to murder them. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like the whole time people are just like, bro, why are you thinking so deep into this? And it was like, we gonna half-ass this? We gonna half-ass prison rape here too? Oh, we're half-assing prison rape. Like, why don't you half-ass that, bro?
Is it because in real life you don't half-ass that?
Every time somebody says that,
for you.
Every time someone always says, I've always had the perfect comeback, you know, especially when you're in a big crowd, you're just like, Every time somebody always says something like that, I'm just like, you know, well, we know who's getting got, you know? So I always love bringing that up every time. It's like, you know, why are you thinking about that? You know, something, you know, you planning on that or something like that? It's like, well, we know who's gonna get got if they go to prison because I'm fucking prepared.
Exactly.
You know, I ain't saying it's gonna work, but I got some ideas.
I thought of some shit.
You ain't got shit. You're got.
You're going in with no plans. You start from square one. You know where I started from square one? I didn't start doing that 10 years ago. Okay.
Literally.
And I got 10 years of planning on you. You know what I'm saying? Like it would take you another 5 years to get right before you came up with my plan.
Yeah.
You know, you would have had to go through it to get to my shit. You know, it's like when you realize they don't touch you, you're coming to piece of shit.
You do what you got to do.
It's like when you start saying that, like I did not expect you to come up with that. It's like, I just grab a sheet and just wrap myself as I shit.
We were just after that. It was funny.
That's a good defense.
Yeah, thank you, right? You know? After that, it's funny because we just started talking about like all types of prison scenarios, and we just got all these people like talking randomly. Just it was a bunch of like input, and we just sit there talking, and I'm like, I'm like, yeah, I mean, I always do have Aryan Brotherhood, like I don't want to do it, but if it came down to, hey, this is what's gonna happen, my shit and piss technique doesn't seem like it's gonna be successful. I'm like, I'm gonna go Aryan Brotherhood to defend my ass, and everybody else, some Spanish guys are like, and like I remember mostly everybody, right? But the funny is because most everybody's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go Muslim, and I'm just like, Muslim, bro, you got too many weaknesses, bro. He's like, oh well, they ain't fucking each other. I'm like, you think Muslims ain't fucking each other? You think Muslims go in there and like really are like that? Most of the people are fake Muslims, and they're fucking. The leaders are fucking someone. If they got just like the Aryan Brotherhood is, just like any gang, there's some gay fucking going on the lower members.
When you're there in like high security federal prison, like it's like because this is where this shit goes down. I don't think this shit happens in Towson.
Yeah, oh yeah, very low if anything. Exactly, it's in the spots like that, and the overcrowded ones too, like where you can get got at and shit.
Yeah, like federal prisons is where.
Yeah, you're fucked.
I mean, they might get you down like over medicine.
Oh, I mean, you can get got. You can get got anywhere.
Yeah,
you can get got anywhere. We're just saying you're like, okay, someone's probably gonna try to get me. And, when you're in jail, you're like, I got 60 days.
You're like, well. Do I get someone to make sure I don't get got?
We talked about that too. You know what I mean? Like, do you become the predator? But like, it's funny how
no one else is doing it there, but now you're the right.
You're
the right person. You gotta watch it for Steve.
You started what you feared.
Exactly. You watch yourself become the villain.
You became the monster you created.
The very thing you warned about.
I was talking about they were like, they're talking about the Muslims and like, I was like, well, I know 5 times a day where you're gonna be at and which direction you're gonna be facing. I was like, I catch you guys in a straight line with the shank. I can knock 6 or 7 of you out while you're praying. I was like, me joining your brother, man, I ain't gotta do nothing but be white. Maybe make a killing or something, but the qualification is be white. Where you be Muslim, you gotta wear the hat now. All I'm saying is you got to wear the hat now. Yeah. You got to pray 5 times a day. You got to not eat certain shit. Like, you got some requirements, You got some flaws I can attack.
Yeah. You start fasting in prison?
Right. You're weak. I'll catch you on Ramadan.
I'll catch you on a day, right before the night comes. Like, and you'll be like, you had nothing to eat all day, nothing to drink. I'm good.
Yeah.
I just put back, my lunch.
You imagine, like, you go in, right? Like, you join. I don't even know what you would do, bro. You got to join like DMI or some shit.
I don't know.
Yeah. But let's just say you go in there, right? They're like, you got to put in some work. Like, you ain't got to kill nobody, right? But they want you to like.
I've accepted the fact I'm probably braiding some hair.
Hey, whatever you can get.
Braiding, that's all I'm doing.
But
hey, you need your shit twisted, Like, I got you. Need it more twisted.
Whoever, yeah. Oh, that's definitely a good hustle in there. You know what I mean? But like,
barber.
I was trying to picture like this moment. Let's just say somehow you get DMI, right? Like, we're just getting off. I don't know what a Chinese gang or nothing like that is in there. And I mean, no other place is gonna let you in.
Okay, there's a very special small sect of like Crip where they're like the Asian dudes, like the Asian boy Crips. Like,
yeah, maybe
I might find something in a federal.
That's true.
No,
that's true. You trying to go for like that Asian Chino type of thing.
Looking Muslim. I might be looking
Muslim. Yeah, you're right. Like I'm a Mongolian, and I'm ready to convert from Taoism. But listen, my scenario. So you go in there, whatever. You join Muslim, whatever.
Aryan Brotherhood's fucking too.
Oh, 100%, bro. I'm not out here trying to say that. I'm just
like, even if you join a gang, you gotta make sure you're rape proof.
Say you get in there, right? And they're just like, we want you to do like, all right, here's 5 capsules of meth. I'm just making some shit up. We got to use you to go hit a couple sales, right? So you do that. And they're just like, all right, we're gonna poke this guy up tonight. You guys poke him up, nobody gets caught, right? You get him at the perfect time, nobody gets caught. Like, you're putting in a little bit of work, right? You bank somebody, right? And you've been getting away with it all, right? You got away with it all, right? You're like a year and a half. You're like a year and a half into like a 2-year sentence. You got like 6 months left, and you've been getting away with all of it. And then like as you're on your way out, there's like, yo, you gotta to really ride. You gotta get tatted, bro. You gotta get a chest piece. You gotta get a chest piece.
The last 6 months.
What would you do? You think you're getting that shit? You got to, right?
I think you have to, man.
Get a cover up when you get out or something.
You should just be glad that like you don't have any already. after a year.
Right.
You know? So I
Yeah.
feel like they'll be like, all right,
And that they haven't fucked
now
you.
that you joined, now we gotta attach you. Like that to me that seems like the second step once they beat you in or whatever the case may be. Like I imagine that you would immediately get tatted. Like, all right, now you're really riding for her whole sentence. It's like 2 year sentence. I might be trying to avoid it. You know,
You're gonna try to. I'm just
yeah.
saying.
I think if anything before you go Aryan in that 2 year sentence, you want to go Muslim.
Oh
you know?
yeah, 2 years. I was
Yeah,
talking about way big. But listen, let's say like it's
Got
bad.
10?
It's bad when you ain't got no tats though. And then I just got this one like SS. You know what I mean? Like it's so clear. You know what I mean? When you like if you had a bunch of tats, you throw one on there, it's kind of like, somebody might see it.
Yeah,
You know, and if you blend it in, nobody will really remember
and they
that you had.
usually only got black ink, so it's like that's really hard to cover up. Like you don't get just anything put on that cover up.
You black
need
it
a
out.
big ass piece where it's just like, all right, I just need to put a dragon on my arm because that's the only thing that can put enough black scales in where it just be you can barely see it in a dragon.
I know this guy, right? He got so furred one time. He gives this tattoo artist. We ain't gonna put no names out on this one. He puts this tattoo artist $800. He's just like tat my whole chest, everything, on my whole stomach, everything done.
$300.
For $800, right? So he banging it out and everything.
good
He
piece.
liked the whole thing except for the stomach piece, like right where the belly button was at. Had like it was like hard to describe. It's like a face with like a O's cap on. He's like holding the gun sideways. It looked horrible, like cheesy. Rest of the shit was good, but it was like it looked like he got a little tired in the middle. Yeah, it's just like so he didn't like that part. Bro, he got that laser removed and then he got to retat it. He retatted laser removed skin. Like I always thought like that was crazy. I just thought that was crazy.
Because I mean, like I think after a certain amount of time, that layer of skin that they blast off or whatever it might be gets eradicated. Or I mean, not eradicated. I mean, it grows back. From what I understand, I don't know though.
Lasers.
Yeah, I've seen the process, man. It's usually multiple.
You ever seen LASIK? Like a video of LASIK?
Yeah, bro. First of all, I immediately don't like those things that hold your eye open.
Like, oh my God, I could not do that, bro.
Gosh, yeah. No, whatever. But yeah, those things, like even before you start getting into the pupil, you have this thing that just holds my eye open indefinitely.
I think they might numb your eye or something though, so it's not like,
bro. Definitely. But I mean, like, still, like this thing just holding my eye open, like because it's something that goes in and like goes like around and pulls. It's like opens up.
The worst part to me is how they cut that first layer off and they peel it back.
Yes. The stitches in them.
That's the weirdest part.
They stitch it.
They stitch that?
Yeah, they do these really small stitches.
Wow.
Yeah, they stitch that basic layer up. Yeah.
And it just evaporates into your eyeball.
It just dissolves. Yeah, eventually.
Science, dude.
Yeah, it's like seven
dominates.
Days. Yeah. Shit's really intense when it comes.
What about if like right now they told you like, let's say I don't know what you got. You got 20/20?
Yeah.
About 20/20, right? We got about 20/20.
I tested a while, but
we got about 20/20, something like that.
Yeah, I've always had good vision.
Let's just say if they told you like you could get laser eye now to have like 100. Is it better? I think it's actually better the lower you go. I can't remember exactly.
Yeah, you want to go lower. I mean, I think because like
I can't remember. Whatever it is though, to make it like super eyes, bro. Would you do it?
So if I understand like how the scale works, it's like if you're 20/20. Like it's like your eyes see
20 miles.
Like not 20 miles.
I like
but
the sound of it.
It's like when you get to a certain level on the chart, it's how far you can read back the level on the chart. So like you can have. Actually, I think you do want to go higher. Yeah. 20/20 is what most people see at. That's what they say is good vision, like perfect vision. But like I think people have higher shit where like they might even be like
that
40. You know?
That right there though, that's a small scale of what that really is. It's not probably 20/20 is 20 miles, but like 20/20, that is illustrated that in vision of how far it is you can see with the naked eye. That's really what the eye test is.
Yeah, at 20 feet. So like I think you can go down and you can see like I think it means something like you can go down, you can see down like a certain line of the chart. At 20 feet or whatever it might be, or however it might.
Like when it gets out here, it's different or something.
Yeah, because like it's the what you can see at a certain distance on the floor. Like it means something. I forgot what I mean, but it's like because I remember looking it up and trying to understand it because I always wondered. And I remember just being like, "Oh, what does that mean?" Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and actually following through and just being like, huh, Google, what does that mean? So measured it. So the clarity of sharpness of vision measured it at a distance of 20 feet. If you have 100 vision, it means that you must be as close as 20 feet to see what a person with normal vision can see at 100 feet.
Wow.
So 2020, so you can see what a person can. You can see, like, I think it's the highest rating is like being perfect, or like the average, where like you can see what a normal person can see at 20 feet. You know what I'm saying? At least that's how I read this. So it would be like if you have bad vision, you probably have 2100.
Right.
Yeah.
So what about the question I gave you?
What was that again?
If you could get supersonic eyes, like super crazy eyes,
where you can see,
would you get? Would you still get LASIK?
I think I would keep my eyesight the way it is.
What if you could have like bionic eyes? You could see through walls.
Ah, man.
You could see through walls, Steve.
I'm probably getting bionic eyes then, because that's a huge advantage. And just being able to see like 100, like
Is
100,
it? It might sound like hell, dude.
I mean,
Just like everywhere you go, you see through everything. You're just like, you just get sick, like motion sickness or some shit.
You just said see through walls, though.
I know.
Like,
yeah, you're right. But you get what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
Can you picture what I'm saying, though? Where you're just two.
You also have said bionic eyes, which also has me thinking that I have some sort of control over it.
What about if you? Yeah, that'd be cool. But what if like you go into a building like 30 stories? You're just like, you get sick, yo. It's like too much shit you're seeing. Like it's hard for your brain to even perceive what's holding things
you're
up.
On the first floor of like the World Trade Center in like New York. You're just like,
how far do you think? That's exactly. Nosebleed.
Yeah, exactly. Like that one movie with whatever his name is. I forgot what it's called.
Ashton Kutcher.
No. That was the one where like you take the pill and it makes you really smart.
Oh yeah. Bradley Cooper.
Right, yeah. Exactly.
Would you take that?
Yeah, I mean.
You at least try it, right?
Yeah, definitely try it.
You would get addicted,
there would be
though.
Exactly. People get addicted, exactly. But I mean, I would do it, because I mean, it just seems like it's just like, just like do whatever you want from there. It's just like because it was something that made your brain open up. Like your brain was able to work at a higher efficiency. So I mean, it's like, yes, let's do that. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, wait, when he came down, he wasn't dumb, did he? He was just like it was a side effect. Did he forget what he was like? He did forget. He would black out.
He was losing track of time.
It was a blackout. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he would black out and shit. That's the thing. That was what would happen. He would black the fuck out.
That's why you don't go get a job. You don't even try to be famous or have fame or get acknowledged or nothing.
Yeah, he did a lot of wrong shit.
Yeah, it's like literally you go and buy like whatever, you do a stock market or a Bitcoin.
Well, I mean, like I would just do it where like I set myself up and then I stop taking it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like one time, right?
He put himself in a position to where he has to keep.
That's what I was saying. Like he got a job and he tried to like get attention from all them other famous people. Like you just take it once, you got $100,000 you put up.
Exactly.
Maybe not 100. You got $100,000 loan, right? And you got it, you took it, and now you just like go to the stocks, or some shit.
And like you did what he did and make like a couple million, and then you're just good, And then like you just like what I would do if I was that guy, like you did like while you're on the pill. You play like while you're on the pill the most, like, as you're doing this the whole time, on your downtime, you need to be researching a long-term retirement financial investment plan. You're just like, and then you just make up some shit long-term that like you set yourself up for life in essence.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're just like, all right, by the time you're like 80, just like.
What about if you just take it for one day and invent something that no one invented? Like if you could do it like that.
Yeah.
Like, I invent something that's just like worth a bill.
Like Scrub Daddy style, where you're just like. It was so simple. I just made a
literally
sponge. Like, it was soft and hard.
He probably does. You imagine that guy that invented that? He just like does acid out on like a Native American gravesite one day. He's camping with like his wife or something. He's just like
he's doing like a peyote.
He's like, think about all. He's like, think about all the dumb shit I invented, babe. When he's like just making up shit. He's like
the one thing that took off.
He's like the ass scratcher 900, where it scratched your ass from the inside. It didn't work. It's just like make all 5 pound in weights that go underneath your skin.
My Scrub Daddy though, of all things.
It is a fucking sponge.
When in cold water, it's hard. And when in hot water, it's soft.
It was also antibacterial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Like,
It's,
I mean, it's like you see those things. I mean, seriously,
she
like,
just
you see
starts
in the
sucking them
hospital,
off.
bro.
She's
You
like,
see them in
"You're
the
a
hospital,
god,"
man.
and she sucks them.
Yeah, he's just like, oh my God. He's
She
home
give him
with
that
scrub daddies.
top.
He's home with scrub daddy. He's like, oh my God.
And
He's
she
like,
sucks him through a scrub daddy, bro.
I mean, like, so, like, let's say you do get that, like, let's say you do that, you know, like, that money.
scrub daddy.
Yeah. Let's say you, so like, say you get
That's
that
why I
money.
said it.
What?
It was just supposed to be called scrub.
Yeah.
He was like, "I'm daddy." After he invented it, he realized
I'm
when he
the
got
scrub
it. I
daddy,
was
yeah.
I got you. Know what I'm saying?
I would say, like, if you get money like that, like when I think about, like, the first thing I'm doing is just like, you know, you just throw a bunch around. You're just like,
I'm going on a bench.
okay, I'm done. I'm done with that. I just throw a bunch of money around my hotel room. That's off the top.
Right.
It's like
Money guy.
We're just like,
I
I just hella money. You know?
gotta pick all this up now.
Like, it's like your whole exactly. No. you pick this up. You keep half.
No one touched my money. I'm picking it up one by one.
No, I want this to be here when I get back.
You want to lay in a bed full of money.
You know, you want to get here when you come back. And of course, when you have that much money, you come back with high class escorts because that's legal when you have money.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Here you go. It's like,
I always just picture right away, like, let's say it's just some dumb amount, like 100 million. I don't even know if that's enough to, like, live the life I'm talking about right now. But, like, I just picture right away, I just want to call up all my boys, everyone I love, get them all together, rent a plane or like a bus, a RV or a plane or something. We're just going world traveling or American traveling, just partying everywhere. I'm fitting to spend like 10 mil. On just like all of us just going on the wildest party of all time.
Oh, yeah, 100%, bro.
We're going to die.
If I had 100 million,
I'm going to try and die.
I'd spend up like at least like half, you know, like 50 mil. It's like, let's do it.
Just go, wow.
You know,
we're
like,
doing coke.
Like,
we have nothing to care about, bro. We're doing coke. You're doing coke, right? But the thing is, I'm not doing heroin or like that because that would ruin my time.
I'm not going to do heroin.
But you're doing coke.
Crack. I might do a couple of lines of coke, you know? I actually know a lot of functional coke addicts, and it's just like, all right, well.
Think about smoking a bowl of crack, Steve.
No crack, you know? Just like
they hyped it, dude.
I just take it from you.
They really hyped it, dude.
No crack. But like with all your money, like you just pull out another one. I'm just like, no. You just keep pulling out crack pipes.
Crack.
I bought an ounce of crack. It's a whole ounce. Well, it's just like we bought a pound of cocaine.
Crack, Steve.
I took half of that pound and I made this ounce of crack.
This is from Ed Sheeran's dealer.
This ain't cut with shit, bro. It's pure crack. It has all the addictive shit out of it. It's not laced. It's all the addictive shit.
It's organic. You like that coke?
Bro, you're gonna love crack. You know?
Love crack, dude. I'm on it right now. You can't even tell.
Bro, coke. I mean, crack is where I draw the line. Like, you have to do a line. Like, yeah, bro, we're not doing crack. My eyes are just like, okay.
And the whole time you're like on a bunch of other shit too. You got like a little.
It was a
line. It was a little
Molly
PCP in there.
Molly Coke line, bro. 100% Molly Coke line.
At this point, it was literally heroin, and you're just like, I'm not doing crack.
I'm sitting there, I was like, bro, we're not gonna do crack. And I snort this Molly Coke line. I throw back this eighth of shrooms. I'm just like, we're not doing crack.
No, bro, I'm not a crackhead.
Washed it back with like fucking rosé. I'm just like, look, we're not gonna do fucking crack. Like,
I'm not a crackhead, bro. Okay.
I'm like
if you want to do crack,
at this point, I'm just like,
you faint.
I was just bleeding.
Gums are bleeding. It's
I have a Skrillex cut. I'm just like, look.
It's just all red right here, bro. Oh my, just hella gum bleeding, bro. Because you just keep going like this hella hard. The whole time you're talking. It's like rubbing it so hard. Yeah. Blood's on your fingers. The coke's all red. The rest of your coke's kind of a little hint of red. You're just so hard into it.
And you just do this Molly Coke line.
You think definitely like, but the thing is, I know a lot of crackheads that actually got off crack. I know it sounds crazy.
Yeah, crackheads gotten off crack.
Yeah.
I don't know many people who've got off heroin.
No.
Like, I hate to say it. I don't know, like, I could name a couple people, but like, it's not like the crack recovery. Look, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know a lot of people get off crack. You know?
Yeah.
But like, heroin's something that seems just bogs down for the rest of your life, man. I think
it really must be the best high.
Highest relapse rate.
It's the best high.
It would. I mean, it definitely has to be, man. People are going.
It is in utopia.
Because I mean, I feel like that first one. I mean,
I feel like it's like
But
you
then
know that
again-
moment of like
I
right
don't
before.
know because you don't get addicted to the feeling anymore. You just need it. The first time you might do it might be the best time, but that's what they
It's
say.
always the
Yeah,
first time,
exactly.
but I like, I know my
I feel
dad
like-
talking about it. He
I
just
mean-
said it's like he said it was like it's the best 15 minutes of your life. You know what I mean? Every
I feel
time.
like- but I feel like whenever I've taken Molly after a period of not taking Molly, it's like it feels like the first time we're just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I
You
think
know that
now when
moment-
you get that.
You know that moment
Stop doing it too much.
right before you're about to bust a nut, and you're like literally holding it back.
Yeah. You're,
I picture you're just like that for 15 minutes.
so you're just holding that, like you're
Like you're just
literally-
right
You're
there.
literally like on that tip, like no, it's that feeling like when you know it's coming, like
Yeah, like it's literally right there.
Because you can get to a point where you can stop it, but then there's a certain point where you feel it, and it's like there's no stopping it.
Yeah,
it's just coming. You're stuck in that tipping
you
point.
can feel
moment.
it go about to like
you
right
know?
here. It's about
Yeah.
like 25% loaded.
You're feeling that tipping point moment,
And it gets to like
for 15
it's
minutes.
flirting with the head now. You're just like, this bitch fit the club.
And then like you hold that tipping point for 15 minutes, then when like the 14th minute, like you hit that tipping point, you're just like,
Ugh. You get blown back.
That's why you always end up on the ground looking all fucked up. You're just like, and it's like whenever we see those people in heroin on the ground, they're just coming out of it. They're just like,
And then, for real. And then as soon as they come out, they're just like, I want that again. Yes, that again.
Where's
Yes.
the next-
I gotta suck a dick. I'll suck a dick for that right
the
there.
climax and tipping point for 15 minutes. So you're just like, what?
It's literally.
And at the end, you finally
You
come.
come, yeah.
You know, because I mean, everyone's done that thing where like you make yourself tip a certain tone, like you edge yourself. Like, you're going, you're just like, no, not yet.
Yeah.
You do that a couple times, you know. It's like that feels pretty good when you finally nut. But
Yeah.
when you're feeling that tipping point for like what seems like forever, and then you finally know, it just be like,
Imagine if you never nut.
give me that.
Imagine you never nut. That's why they always want to get high again.
Exactly.
It's
you
like,
know?
oh, I know one time I'm gonna nut.
Like they still do the tipping point, but never climaxes. And it just comes back down. You're just like, no, I want to nut.
Yeah.
No.
You know how you're jerking off before you could come?
Yeah.
It's like that. You know what I mean? It's not as satisfying.
I mean, like,
Like, you still just like
I mean,
nothing
like-
came. You're just
I
like,
mean, like, I imagine it's like what like a lot of women feel like.
it's like,
because,
ah.
like I think there's like it's still a statistic where it's like only like 35% of women like orgasm or some shit like that. You know?
What?
Like it's low, bro. Like
For
you know?
wait, what are you saying exactly?
women orgasm, you know. That's what I'm
Them
saying.
orgasm.
Yeah.
Only
them orgasm.
35% of them want an orgasm.
No, not wanna. That actually have. You know, like yeah, like people like I think people like women, especially women, have experienced a long periods of time where they never were made to come. You know what I'm saying? Except maybe by themselves. You know what I mean? You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Okay. Yeah,
know what
but I
I'm
say
saying?
you would always think they'd figure it out.
Yeah, but I mean, like when someone else doesn't make you come, you know, it's like, you know, like I'm, come on now, you know, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't have that problem.
Alright, sure.
I'm talking about myself here, you know. But I mean, like, I imagine it's like something like that, you know. It's like imagine like if every time you had sex, like you didn't come, it probably would suck. You know?
Probably.
You know, it's like, but you keep going back. Like, I'm gonna come this time. You
If I had
keep
sex
going
with
back
one
to-
time and I don't come,
I'm,
I'll be
trying,
mad.
I'm just trying to make that,
Yeah.
you know, comparison to heroin. You know, where it's like you're never coming. They're like, I want to go. He's like, no, you were right there. No.
See pictures is always blue balls.
Yeah, exactly, man. Especially because like you felt it get to that point, and then you were just like, no, just no, and then I'm so close. Every time you get that close and you just take another hit, you're just like, all right, I'm gonna do like 5 hits this time. So I want to get that close. And you're like, I
Yeah.
swear I was closer than I ever
And then
been.
you die, and then you OD'd.
Yeah, that was so close.
when they bring you back with fucking Narcan, you're just like, what?
You took my nut away. You took my fucking nut away.
I was this close to the ultimate nut.
I was gonna.
They
get
say a lot
off.
of people come back and are mad, bro.
Yeah, you see it. I remember I watched that show on Hulu where it's like Live Nation or some shit like where it follows like paramedics and like they have a couple people, especially in Louisiana, and they'll have a couple people respond to like overdoses and everyone's always just like, "What? Get off me! No, I'm not going to the hospital. No." They're like start making them feel better.
It's
It's
right
like,
there high.
they're like, no, I just want to be high. Like, no, stop. I got
Yeah.
more on me. I want to get high.
Like, literally.
I was gonna say, like, I couldn't imagine such a lifestyle. You know what I mean? Like,
The
Like,
thing is,
to where
snorting heroin's like, but when you start shooting heroin,
yeah.
you're like, man, I couldn't imagine having to prick myself. Like I remember, like on intervention, just like this lady's complete arm, just black and blue, from just missing veins and shit, and she's
Yeah, bro.
still shooting in it.
Yeah, man. Like, some very real shit. Like, people like their veins collapse. Like, they have to resort to doing it in other places because like they can't find a vein anymore. Like,
Alright.
like you see people's IVs, like they start doing it in their hands and shit. Like, that's what
Yeah,
it does,
anywhere,
this guy,
feet, anything.
Yeah.
I'm gonna name the drug. You say yes or no that you would do. Okay.
Nah,
PCP.
no.
Not even if
Nah.
you $100 million
Nah.
bucks.
PCP does nah.
They say that's the best highs, dude.
I mean, don't tell me that. But
Once? Once?
Nah, I think PCP scares me.
I feel like, see, the
Yeah.
thing about me is like, I would have to get a little bit more knowledge on it because I think you don't remember, a lot of your PCP trip.
I don't know, but I mean, like, I don't know, PCP just sounds too hardcore. I don't know.
But like, you're on your way out. I don't know, man.
They call it.
You know what? Shot a PCP in the middle
is
of
that the same as like angel dust, or is that something else? I don't know, isn't angel dust another name for PCP?
I don't know. I think I
have
always
no
knew.
idea, man.
I always knew Angel Dust is coke.
Really? Huh.
Yeah.
I thought angel dust was something way harder. I thought angel dust was like some fucking PCP.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah.
I mean, is PCP harder than coke? Do we know that?
I mean, from what I understand about PCP, does that have to be a weird Google search?
All right, so
Is PCP
cocaine's
harder
a
than coke?
year.
Yeah.
Heroin,
No.
never.
No.
What about like? Would you chew on like a poppy seed or some shit?
I mean, I might do some opium, but not heroin.
You would do some opium.
Not some heroin, no.
I got you.
Some natural opium.
Yeah?
Probably do
Okay.
some natural
Okay.
opium.
Okay.
Get in touch with like my Asian ancestors. They like some opium.
Would you do speed?
Nah, no speed for me.
Uh,
Speed just sounds the other one is just
Adderall.
Yeah, try some Adderall. Especially if you were partying,
Same thing.
Exactly.
Meth.
No meth. I'm good on meth.
That's the one I'm passing on.
Yeah, you're passing. So you're doing all those before that?
I'm with all of. Well, obviously, like I'm with you on the heroin thing. Like I'm not just gonna do some Baltimore smack. You know what I mean? I think I'll do like some pure form, and that would for me. I don't enjoy those kind of highs, so that would have to be like on my way out.
I mean, Baltimore smack might be like the caviar of the heroin world.
You don't know what's in there. I'm saying, if I'm gonna do like some opium, that's for me. That would be like I'm in my 70s. My body's kind of a little achy. I would do some shit along the lines of that.
Yeah, and I feel
PCP is something that it would like. I would have to know more about. I don't know enough about PCP. That would be my final decision on that. I would have to know more about like where it comes from and shit like that. I'm picturing like 60 people in the middle of the desert. We all do PCP.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think PCP is it's like a hard drug. That's also not, so PCP is angel dust. Yeah.
It is, okay.
So mine altering hallucinations, disorder, okay, that's not bad. And violent behavior.
Oh, yeah, that would definitely do some shit. All right, so bath salts a no? Of course.
Yeah, no bath salts. Simple one for me.
All the psychedelics, of course,
yeah,
right?
I mean, like
peyote.
I would need some real acid. Because
you already done it though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
add some acid, some shrooms, peyote, ayahuasca, DMT. Yeah.
Definitely.
Ship it to me. Ship it to me right now. Ship me some
hard
DMT.
shit. No crack, you're saying?
Yeah, no crack. Just coke's fine. I'll stick with one of the C's.
Okay.
In the drug world, yeah, that's coke.
Perk.
Nah.
Xanny.
No Xannies. No. What was the other one? No Xannies. No, yeah.
Oxy.
None of those, man. None of those. I'm all good.
How about
now you're down there. I think that's about all the drugs.
How about a Klonopin?
What the fuck is that?
That's like the thing they took in Wolf of Wall Street.
You
never seen that?
No, I don't know.
It's like,
oh, you mean the Quaalude?
Yeah, it's a
Quaalude?
Klonopin, ain't it?
No, that's Quaalude. That's just a hardcore ass
Oh,
pain
okay,
killer.
Klonopins I think it's the same thing though.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, it's not a pain pill. It's a sleep pill.
Oh, Quaaludes?
Yeah, it's designed to make you sleep, but if you don't go to sleep, you hallucinate.
Yeah, I'd probably do some Quaaludes, especially because they're not around no more.
Yeah.
That's what gives.
Apparently, if they sit, they get potent too.
That's what gives it that twang, where it's like
twang.
What is it, Quaaludes? Oh, it's because it's like they're not around them. They're like, whoa, Quaaludes.
Yeah, I think I want to do some Quaaludes.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people in this world. Now that I'm rich, most of them wanted to do Quaaludes, but they haven't got their hands on Quaaludes. Well,
you guys ever smoke crack?
As you're smoking crack.
I got some crack.
There's something about like the sound in the background, like sizzling
so
crack,
bad.
Sizzling crack in the background.
There's something about carrying around an ounce of literally crack rock in like a khaki cargo like middle pocket. You know what I'm talking about?
That's the thing. Like when I think about it, I don't want to do any drug to where I think it might be like. I think if you have an ounce of crack sitting out and you're a crackhead, you're gonna overdose. Just like if you have an ounce of heroin in front of you and you're a heroin addict, you're gonna overdose. Shit like that. That kind of like when I decide what to do, it's like that's where I kind of like decide based on it's like, well, if I become this, it's just like if I have an ounce of crack on me, I might OD. It's like it's just...
I've got a dear friend OG along the lines of this, right?
OG, okay.
Dear friend,
OG.
dear
OG.
Yeah, OG. That OD'd. On his way to New York, bro, he said him and his boy had an ounce of coke.
Well, he didn't say this, of course, because he overdosed. It's still a time.
He's alive.
Oh, he's alive.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we usually say someone overdosed.
Let me tell you this story.
I got you.
I'll tell you the story here. He had an ounce of coke. And he was going to New York from Baltimore, and they got pulled over.
Right.
And it's just him and his cousin. And he didn't know what to do with this ounce of coke, bro. Not trying to get, hemmed up. Got priors. Eats the whole ounce of coke, bro. Cop comes up, checks the license. 10 minutes later, just lets him go, bro. His cousin never ate the ounce. Said as soon as they left, they just floored it to the hospital. And he OD'd in the hospital. Like, basically at the hospital, like, he knew, probably wasn't going to live through that, but he ended up coming back. Dude was in a coma for like 6 days. Some crazy shit, bro.
God, bro.
He wasn't in jail for 6 years, though.
Yeah.
I guess
that's funny because this is like, okay, since you overdosed on that much, like.
He lost brain cells.
But like, you didn't get any charges for it?
Worst part is they didn't even search the car.
What I'm saying, he didn't get any charges once he got to the hospital? Just like.
No. You don't get charged for that. You're not gonna get charged for ODing.
That's what I'm saying, but like it's like, all right, well, like, oh man,
there's only one charge they care about, and that's the bill.
I'm trying to think. I'm like, what could?
They're like, bro, I'll go out there and OD again if you need to. I'll come back here. We'll be waiting for you.
I guess like I guess you can't charge him anything, but it's like if you're able to trace down how much like cocaine smelled, he's like, all right, he had an ounce of cocaine on him. We can measure that because of the blood content. We were able to measure that shit. And we hit you with possession after that because you did this to evade police. Like, you would think that someone could get charged for something like that. That's all I'm saying. It's like, all right, we know there's an ounce of cocaine in your system. We can look
I guess if you could go that hard with it,
you're in the hospital. You can. We can see how much is in your system. Based off the content in your blood.
Can we? And say it's an ounce?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Are you a plug? Or like how much an ounce would do?
When you weigh them up.
We've actually had monkeys in here that we gave an ounce of crack, and they said, they were this high.
I'm gonna say, I don't know. It just seems like.
But that's like they're about to start doing like them weed breathalyzers.
Yeah, where you can test it. You can test it in someone's blood content level. So, how much weed is in their system.
Bro, you imagine somebody comes up to you, just like you've literally smoked like at least 9 blunts. You're just like. You don't even say that.
Yeah. There's a yeah.
Mrs. Officer. That's a dude.
That's what like reminded me of that. Like just like looking at his face, like
we.
That's how I was like when I was younger. Like that's how I got caught my first time smoking weed. Because I remember coming back from your house and we had like a queue or like a half. We smoked like 8 blunts or some shit. I remember I walked home that night. I remember just walking in and just chilling.
That wasn't your first time. That was your first time getting caught. You're
That was
saying
my first time getting caught. Like, where she was like,
Right.
"You're high." You know, it was like, "You are high."
your grandma.
Yeah.
And what'd you say?
Well, I mean, because like she remember just like she turned the lights on as she went up the stairs. She's looking back at me. What's wrong with your eyes? I'm just like, what are you talking about? She's like, you smoking weed? I remember like I was dumb fucking high at this moment. You know, like
No,
I know I laughed.
you're smoking weed.
I laughed. I was just like, yeah, like.
She said, "Yeah."
Yeah, I was fried, bro. I was in no position. I was fried. Like I'm telling you, like I was
They could have said
fried, bro.
anything. You'd have gave a false confession.
Well, I laughed. You know, 'cause
They
it
could have
was
been like, "Did you beat a bitch up and down
that-
at Patterson
well,
Park?"
It was weird because like my sister was like still there, and like she was at the lunch time. I'm just like sitting there, I'm just like it's like
Come on.
yeah,
Yeah,
like,
Grandma.
Literally, I just like laughed it off.
I like it.
And then, like, of course, like,
I
next
like
thing-
it, Grammy.
next thing you know, she just
Grandmama,
like,
I
"You
like
smoking
it."
Weed? You smoking crack? Like I was like,
What
and she
the
really
fuck?
made the jump and was just like, I'm smoking crack now. I said, no, what the fuck? Are you
Yeah,
talking
mama,
about,
I
you know?
like it.
I remember that's one time I fucked up. I remember like she was trying to honestly talk to me about it. I was like, oh, I'm kind of like, talk to you about it. And she said, do you like, the feeling it gives you when you smoke weed? I'm just like, it's not gonna sound good. Yeah. It's like, it didn't sound good at all, but it's like, yeah, like smoking weed.
Yeah, weed's
She's
fine.
smoking some pot,
A little reefer. What'd she say after that?
She tried to like kind of like spin it and just be like, you're addicted? And I'm just like, no, I mean, it's like, like I haven't smoked for like 2 days because this is back then, like you
She's
just
just
smoke by
concerned
yourself.
for you.
You smoke by yourself. So if you
Yeah,
didn't go out
no,
for
it's
2
literally
days,
before we smoked by
if you didn't
ourselves.
go out for 2 days,
Yeah,
you
smoke.
smoke for 2 days,
Yeah. That's so
it was
true.
Like, so I was like, nah, I literally haven't smoked. Like I haven't seen my friends like 2 days. So
I remember, like, I literally never smoked. I remember coming around you and Tyler,
yeah.
and you guys were like talking about it. You're like, "Yeah, I smoked a blunt yesterday when I was like playing my game." I'm just like, "Yeah, we gotta smoke the blunt," and nobody matched.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah, like when me and Tyler, like when we got to the point where we found his dad's stash. Like I remember the first time we went down there, he was just
you
like,
lost so many brain cells
Well, I
on that
I
stash.
remember we had already smoked and done our thing, and I remember like he came over and he was just like, yeah, like I knew I smelt it, I just went down there, like I saw the drawer that was locked, and I never really looked through shit before, but like I picked it real quick, and it's hella loud down there. I'm just like, what? Your dad smokes, and we're just like, oh, your dad's so cool, like he smokes. So I remember like his dad used to work all day, like 11 o'clock at night. I remember we'd go and just be like, you go out and pick the lock, pull out like an ounce of like some good. I remember we seen this that shit for a little bit.
A whole ounce.
Nice, and this was like the only loud that was out there like that. You know what I'm saying? It was like loud. This is like we were all still smoking mid. This was like that good shit. So I mean, it was a point where like I would come over. I would stay over at his house at night. We wait for his dad to go to sleep, or before he gets home from work, and just smoke weed and like play games and shit, and just like smoke weed. Never spend money on weed, man. Like there was a huge time in my life where I did not spend money on weed.
That's so great.
Him take, and I never really felt bad because it was him taking. Because he would just be like, yeah, bro, I found a pound. I just went in, took a big handful, and you can't even tell anything was missing.
His dad had to have known.
Oh yeah, his dad there's a period of time where his dad got so creative with hiding this shit, bro. There was times where like it was just be Tyler down there, I'd be chilling, waiting for him to find it. We'd have something left over, and he'd be just looking for the shit. I remember there was one time where like I don't know where it is. And I remember Tyler's like, hold up, and there was like because his dad's basement was like really sloppy. It was like shit everywhere, So I mean like you could literally go into like the far corner of the basement, move all this stuff, and maybe find it. Who knows? It's one of those places. I remember like there's a blanket hanging out on this old couch covered in a bunch of stuff. And in one of the folds, Tyler reaches and he just pulls it out. He's just like, oh shit. It was like a big ass jar of just his dad's weed.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was I mean, it was great,
I remember one time you guys told me like, yeah, he broke the lock.
Yeah.
I was like, he broke the lock.
Yeah, I remember there was one time where Tyler just went ham and just like smashed like the safe with like, smashed. It was just like a little fire safe, so it wasn't meant to stop.
And his dad's like, did you do that? He said, no. No. What happened? You got robbed?
Yeah, man, I tell you what, man.
Somebody robbed us?
A lot of good times came from. I remember like there was another time where like we had to pretty much outsmart his dad at some point. So And I was like, "Oh, we can't stay here no more. Let's go stay at your house." You know. And we're like 3 in the morning. We went back down to his house, and like we saw his dad was not down there asleep, so we snuck in, you know, and went down in the basement, got a bunch of weed, and went back into the house. And, it was like, and since since we weren't home, like he just left it all out. So it was just like, shit, there
God.
we go. Yeah, and then like, well, I should say we Todd took it off. You know, I didn't take any at all. I'll just reap the benefits.
He has taken pounds. His dad has paid for pounds.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100%.
Tyler.
100%. And it was so
Good thing he's past that.
Yeah, and then after that, you know, once you get after that, like I want to say it wasn't until. Yeah, I mean, I was probably like I wasn't working. I used to get 20 bags every day. Like that's like what I would do for a period of time. I would get 20 bags a day. You know, like I mean, because like I didn't have much use for my early like restaurant paycheck. Just 20 bags. Kids will go to eighth, because when Loud came out, I was just like, what the fuck? So I started sweeping over, and it was like, man, shit's expensive. It's like $40 eighth.
Get it back, yeah. Hope for 2 fat tens.
Eighth, you know, like 35 eighths. Eighths are 35.
Deal, bring 2 of them.
Eighth, and it just came back down eventually. I was like $60 kid. Like,
I remember when we all first started smoking. I was up with my sister still,
good times, man.
And like my sisters, they both smoked. And I'd be over their house, you know, and I was smoking, but like I still didn't want them to know I smoked. So I would just like not smoke when they smoked with them. And I would just go get super high with you guys and then come back home. And like, I remember like after being with them for like, we probably smoking for like a month or 2 at this point. I come back in and I remember like my sister just like, we know you smoke weed, right? I'm just like, I didn't say nothing. I was like, and I remember she's like, every time once you come home, you go right to the fridge, Mike. We never even sucked the weed. I'm just like, yeah, like, you know, she was cool about it. She's like, how come you ain't smoking with us? It's like, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, it definitely was a little weird, you know. But I mean, I didn't smoke with anyone like in my family until I smoked with Antonio. You know, so I remember I'd meet up with him every once in a while, smoke with him and his friends and whatever. It was always cool, you know. Especially because like I don't know if he's going to my sister's house for Thanksgiving, so like. When I see like the cousin memes, like when you and your cousin take a walk, it was like that'd be me and Antonio. We'd go out in the basement because Antonio could smoke in his house from an early age in the basement.
Really?
You know? Yeah, like when he was like 16, 17, he could just smoke in the basement. You know, I was like, I started to smoke outside. Yeah, it was a period of time before I got smoking my crib. I mean, like we were those cousins just taking a walk.
It's so funny how like weed really does like bring people together. Like when 2 people smoke weed, it's like
period of time. I remember me, Tyler, Nebby, and Jeff would play zombies on Xbox. We do that like all day, and then we'd be like it'd be like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock at night, and we'd be like we'd link at like noon. We'd be like, we'll smoke, and Jeff and Nebby would all walk down to meet me and Tyler at his house, and we just meet up with I think Brian or someone. We get a cue and just be like, roll up, go back. You know, it's like we did that for like it was like. Whole probably a couple months where we did that. I remember like Jeff never had money. I remember he was like, "I'll bring snacks." Like,
oh yeah, I do remember that, bro.
I'll bring snacks. You know, you bring some dry crackers and like half killed 2 liters.
Yeah.
You know, so
at least you tried, Jeff.
I was like, all right, you know, it's whatever. You know, we can get this in real quick. You know,
it's just more about a cool person being there. It's like, oh, we're gonna smoke some weed.
Yeah,
when we was down here, it's like I remember just like as we're down here, like upstairs, nobody was smoking, you know, and there's like probably about 20 people up there. I know just every time somebody came down here and they just seen everybody smoking, they were just so happy. This was like, y'all got weed.
Yeah.
It's like, he just like pull out their weed. I didn't know we were smoking at this party.
Yeah, exactly. I wasn't sure about it. I thought I smelled it.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's always been my signal. Like whenever I've been at like concerts or shows and shit, like you always wait to like spark off your first time.
Oh yeah, you wait till you smell it. Yeah.
Usually I get that whiff. I'm just like, someone else
smoking motherfucking bleh.
Time to put the bit to the air. Like, and the thing that got me, like, I remember me and Jeff went to see Logic at like Pier 6 off the water right there downtown, and we were right there on the edge. And I was a little worried about it, but like we would just blow it down. No one said anything. We blew like probably like 4 or 5 blunts. It was just like chilling, you know.
Yeah, they'd never say nothing. I mean,
I got cocky going through security. Like I've always whenever I have them in my pack, I always hold it between my wallet and my phone, and I just hold it straight out when they pat me down.
Yeah, that's just so risky.
But like it's work because it's so risky. You know, just like no, like I've done it. I've gotten the club in Philly. I did that. when I went there to that place, I did it. When I got sniffed out by that dog, I think that might have saved me because I had all my shit in a Ziploc bag at that time.
Dog would have smelled it.
I mean, but if
It wasn't. It's not a drug dog,
if it was in
bro.
my shoes, I don't know.
Those aren't drug dogs.
They're like explosive terrorists. Like
Yeah, they really are. They're bomb dogs.
You think so?
100%.
Yeah, I think it might be drug dogs. I don't know.
No, they're not drug dogs. Though, I'm telling you, bro.
No.
They don't. Bro, if there was drug dogs, there'd be no event.
Either way, regardless. I think. Well, you say that, but like,
listen,
every
dog.
time we have a lot of
Listen to me.
there, like everyone's always coming to us like.
There's a lot of other drugs. Listen to me, bro. When you go to events, like you can go to like Nightmare Fest that'll have might have drug sniffing dogs out front. I mean, not drug sniffing, like dogs out front.
Right.
When you go in there, they let you test your drugs legally.
Yeah.
You can test your drugs, bro.
Yeah.
They know you're sneaking drugs in.
Yeah, but I mean, this was also like just like Life in Color at like Philadelphia, like a pier, whatever.
Yeah, I just feel like we all walked by that dog, don't we? All have weed on us.
But I mean, like, I literally got picked out to be sniffed. They pulled me to the side.
I think it's the Asian
down.
thing. They did it to you at Aoki. Remember? They're like, oh, you go in that line. Remember?
They said, yeah, you go back through.
Yeah. It's like, oh, no.
I was like, all right,
Oh, this is a weed detector.
Yeah, all right.
It ain't even 4 bombs and shit.
I mean, like, that's always been my thing. Just hold it out, like directly out. Because the one time I hated it when I put it in my shoes. The first time I did that, I did it one time. I went to DC. I didn't do it after that because like just afterwards, just all this squashing of the blunts was just terrible to me. I was just like,
Well, see, that's where you reach that. You have to learn from that one, So eventually, I ended up just going like deep side sock. So I'm just kind of sitting right there to where if they give the pat down, they can't feel it, but it's not necessarily under my foot. And you just don't tie your shoe.
Yeah,
you leave that bitch loose as shit. Just sit there. You still get a little bit of squish, but it ain't flat.
But so far, it's worked every time. Just hold it straight out between my wallet and my phone.
I'm praying for you on that one. That makes me worry about you.
Yeah. I
feel like they don't expect it from you, but somehow they always put you another one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Everyone gave this guy his drugs because they thought we went checking Asian.
I don't know. Maybe it's because like every time I come up, I just be looking high as shit. Because we always go.
Nice try, Jap. Get on the side.
We always go pretty fucking high.
Spread them.
That's one thing that like someone's mom said to me before. Like they were accusing them of being high. They were like, "What about Steve?" It's like, "He's Asian. Can I tell?"
Mom said that.
Yeah,
legit. Mom said that.
That's Nevi's mom.
Nevi's mom said that.
Mom, yeah.
Wow.
Like, I'm just like,
yeah, it's true.
Now, of course, I'm out there looking stoned as fuck. Because I look stoned as fuck. It's just like something happens. I remember like I went to the hospital today. I was high as shit. And I was like, I just know I'm in this bitch looking high as fuck.
And stinking.
Probably, yeah. I mean, it gets in my hair. That's my problem.
Yeah.
My hair it sticks to the hair a lot.
True. Remember the first time Neb got caught and he's just like, yeah, Mom,
Tyler was smoking cigars.
Tyler smoked a Black and Mild.
I was smoking cigars.
Yeah. Just like, that's not going to work.
I remember like, Tyler was just like, all right, he came up behind. I was like, don't put that on me.
Don't put that on me, Debbie. Because he was scared he was going to call his dad and be like, yeah, Tyler.
They did talk. You're right.
Yeah.
They did talk. Yeah. I mean, that shit. I would just be like, whatever, I always deny it.
Yeah, just deny.
I'm not considering the back on your phone call.
I almost died to lie, dude. You know what I mean? Like, I'll lie. Well, when I was a kid. Yeah. Like, I'll lie to get out of anything. I just didn't want to have to take responsibility for something.
That's one of my favorite things is like, it's like, fellas, what are you giving up? Your gaming system or lying? It's like,
Remember Xbox.
Xbox.
Remember it's one where it's like it was like
it was like 4 things.
It was like lying or cheating Xbox or chicken wings.
Yeah, goodbye chicken. Like goodbye chicken wings. Yeah. Whatever it is, what it is. I love that. That was a good one.
That was so good. Can I still eat the drums?
I gotta do it all. Goodbye flats. goodbye vignettes. Goodbye drums.
Like
whatever they're called.
Beating bitches up. Hente. Flats. Right, and then like drums and flats.
Oh, okay.
And then like like I don't know, like like unemployment check or something. It's like,
Tough one.
ah.
How much is that gonna get?
Oh, I guess I love my flats though, but I need my unemployment. You never discuss you never discuss cheating and beating bitches up. It's like flats.
You go through them all. They're just like flats. Beat a bitch.
No way.
Cheating.
No, how could I?
This is the toughest one yet. This is the toughest one yet, bro. I gotta pick one. I give up. But you know that you gotta, because I mean, what's wrong with a little white lies? Little white lies.
At this point, I usually don't lie about much in my life.
Nah, I mean it's all a joke to me. That's all I'm saying. Like at this point, like I mean, like yeah, no, I mean, like I mean, of course, I think there's like ones out there, of course, like.
Oh yeah, I mean, if like I'm talking to Kay or something, I'll just tell her something. Like if she's like, "Did you ever get a chance to clean it up?" I'm just like, "Yeah, but I didn't clean it up yet." But I'm gonna clean it up now. I'm gonna go clean it up now. I know you're on the way home.
Exactly.
I mean, something like that.
Yeah.
It's like,
Did you put clothes in the dryer? Like,
yeah. But
I took care of that. We talking about it. You know? You should put sheets off the bed.
Yeah.
Before your eyes, like
Yeah, leave me alone. I'm trying to play the game.
And of course,
I did that.
This is the thing, like you believe yourself at one point. You're like, yeah, of course I did
The
that.
thing is, you're able to say it with confidence because you know, all right, now I'm about to do it.
Yeah, it's
So
like,
you say it with confidence because you know you're about it.
It's gonna get done.
Yeah.
You know, I get shit done. Okay, I didn't do it yet, but I get shit done. You
I
know,
was like, I was so mad the other day. I was like, I had 3 things to do. You know, we're getting ready for this shit. And like, she's like, clean both the bathrooms and clean down here. And I'm just like, I clean both the bathrooms, you know. I didn't clean down here. I just take a nice break, you know. Like I'm like, I'll do it tomorrow. I ended up doing it tomorrow. Yeah, I'm like, I'll do it tomorrow. She's like, so mad. And the whole time, just like, you know me. You know I'm gonna get it done. I always get it done. You know what I mean?
Don't I?
Yeah, I was like, you know, look.
Can you give me one moment when I didn't get it done?
Exactly. I was like, look, I showed you signs that I'm gonna get something done. You know, I did half. I'll go get it done.
Exactly.
I just ain't doing it now.
That's one thing that like Bray will always get like pissed off at. Like she'll like ask me to do something. Like yeah, I'll do it in a second. You know, and like 15 minutes go by, and like you see her, like I start seeing her just to like do it, and I'm just like, well, if you're gonna do it, you know, like, I'm gonna do it. You know?
Literally.
So I just look at her like. Okay.
Well, I mean, I forgot. Now you're there.
I didn't really forget. I was gonna do it. You give me some time.
I always go through shit like that. Like, say I'm supposed to take something up the steps, you know, and just like 30 minutes later, she goes up the steps. She's like, you never took it down. I'm like, place in my mind, but it's like, what are you gonna leave it for me now? You asked me to do it, which means you needed it done. I didn't get it done. Are you now going to pass by it now that you can do it?
Exactly.
And so that I can do it? But it was a favor. You know what I mean?
I think also it's like, well, like, because like that's one thing. Like, I feel like I don't ask a lot of shit. Like, I feel like I just do my shit that I gotta do. You know, I'm not like.
Are we biased or are we saying that right now?
I mean, I think like when it comes to like where it's like. Yeah, I think for the most part, like I won't even ask. I'll just go do it myself.
I'm the same way, bro.
You know?
Same way.
Same way. I'm like, I'll go grab that real quick.
Well, it's like
it might come down to where it's like, if I do see her get up, I'm like, can you give me water? I was thinking about getting water.
Yeah.
You know? But I mean, like,
okay, it's like with anything, it'd be like, you know, can you hand me that? You know, it's like, are you just asking me to ask me?
Because
you know,
there've been times like Bray would be laying there, I'd be like, kind of like, I might go pee, and she'd be like, can you get water while you're up? I'm just like.
You waited till I got up.
Yeah, it's like
Kay will always outweight me. That's the thing.
Ask her to go get water. I'll just go get it.
Kay will exactly. But she'll outweight you.
Yeah.
She'll wait till you get out to go. You're just like, what? I swear to God, bro. I swear to God, this is a true story. One day, literally, Kay was like, mad. So I'm playing the game. She goes and lays on the couch, and like, so I just keep playing the game. I play the game for like 2.5 hours to be like realistic. I want to say like 4 hours to you, but I'm gonna go like 2.5 to be realistic.
Which was realistic? 2 or is it 4? Is 4 over exaggerated or?
I feel like I played for like 4 hours, Steve.
Okay.
Like I was on for mad long.
You realistically played for 2. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, probably like some. Yeah, so let's say 2
3
hours. Let's just say that, right? Yeah. We want hours. She didn't move the whole time, bro. She's just like on her phone, reading a book or something like that, like doing different shit. Didn't move the whole time from there. Literally, the moment that I decide to take a break after like 2 hours, I'm like, oh, I gotta get a drink or something. As soon as I get up, it's just like, oh, could you give me grapes, some tea, and a pickle? I'm just like, you waited. You outweighted
Yeah,
me.
so like, well, actually, like I've been
You
starting.
should be a sniper.
Like since I've done things since like that, like I've gotten like I've been trying to do shit where like I will ask her to do something. But like Gabio's wine.
You gotta get yours.
Put Gabino out.
You gotta
I'm
get
playing
yours
the game.
back, ain't it?
Game, take him out. But,
It
like,
ain't the
That's
computer.
what gets me though. I'll be sitting there like he'll be like whining at the door. I'm playing the game. Like he's whining. She's just sitting there on the phone. She's just whining. I'm like, can you take him out?
You say it like that.
Yeah,
When you say it like that, it's always a problem.
Well,
You know that.
What's the thing? Like, I'm thinking like it's been like a month. It's just like, all right, well, like, are you just gonna like let him? Like, you like go get him? Like,
Do you care about him?
Can you get him? It's like,
This ain't the computer.
Yeah.
I just like say this is for line.
You know, like even though like even if it is a game I can pause, I always tell them I can't pause this right now.
You tell her you're online.
Well, like I'll just like
Don't give away your secrets, bro.
There's been a game I've been playing recently. So like it's called Stardew Valley. It's just pretty much like a game. It's like make your farm, you sell shit, make money, you upgrade your farm.
Love.
Whatever, you know, it's fun.
Yeah.
You would like it, you know. But so I'm playing that. And there's time in the day and there's your energy that runs out over the day. You usually run out of energy before time. So I'm like, I can't pause it. The time, the energy and the time which is going. So I'm actually like, you know, like I'll have to. So, but you can once you pause it, does stuff.
It does.
It does.
Ah.
You know, so I'm like, I can't. You know, I'm gonna lose it. Like,
The time they got a certain amount of energy,
know?
I can use it in this certain amount of time.
exactly, you know, these turnips gotta get water.
Give me a break.
You know,
I didn't even play my beach yet,
like I gotta get 400 wood for this coop.
so I can upgrade my water system.
Do you know how much wood that is? Like,
I've hit.
you gotta get your finesses where you can.
Yeah, you definitely
That's why you can't go up a line.
take them where you
I
can,
can't go up
gentlemen.
lying, bro. You know, Just
Take
like,
them where you can, for sure.
You know, it's like remember there was a period of time where like I would hoop a lot. Like I would hoop a lot more. Not this recent time, but like there was a time where I'd hoop more, and I would be to the point where it's like if she knew I was hooping, I'd be out pretty much all night. And it was like it'd be to the point where I'd be like, well, I'm not hooping. I'm just doing this real quick, you know, because she'd get annoyed because she'd be like, well, you're gone all the time when you're hooping. It's like, well, I'm not hooping. I'm just like, I'm just going to Tyler's house real quick. I'll be right back. You know, but really, I was hooping. She'd get more annoyed if I was hooping. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like, that's why you can't
my
give up the
God.
line. That's why you can't give up the line, man.
That's so good.
That's why you can't
That
give
is
it up,
so
you know?
funny. I thought it would be the other way around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You'd be like, I'm hooping. And really, you're at Tyler's house. So really, yes.
I'll be right back. I went to Tyler's real quick. Like, I can't tell her I went to hoop real quick. I'll be back really quick from hooping.
And never.
You know, that's not realistic.
No.
You know? Like I went to Tyler's really quick. I'll be right back. And even though I know him be a while, like I'm sorry, me and him just started talking.
Yeah.
I came in, we started talking. I haven't seen him in a while.
My worst one is
Put
like
it on her, make her feel bad. I haven't seen him in a while.
right,
Like,
same thing, bro.
we started talking. You know?
We shouldn't be giving away our secrets, but it's so true. It's so true, bro. Like there was one time I was at Tyler's house. I remember like me and Tyler playing a game of Madden, and like we had just started, and Kay's like, "Can you come pick me up?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm on my way." You know, and it's like I'm sitting there, and then like she calls like third quarter, and I don't answer, and then like she calls like fourth quarter, I don't answer, and then the game, finally game's over. I call her back, and I'm just like, oh. I'm like you act like something. One day it's like I didn't even mean to take that long. He started getting emotional on me. We had to have a deep talk.
Exactly,
like, it's like, dude, not.
He shed some tears. You know, it's like,
he was crying on my shoulder.
Also, I'm not gonna answer the phone while I'm driving. So you're implying you're already driving. It's like,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I always love a good. There was traffic.
yeah. I'll pull out of time. Like I gotta go pick up Ray on like some days off. Like I might leave like super late because I'm like, well, I've been waiting. Like, cause like you know when you have something to do at a certain time, like pick someone up, like especially like your girlfriend, you know, some shit like that. So like, there's a limit on what you're gonna go do because of your time constraint.
Oh,
You're like,
yeah.
I got 2 hours left. Well, I might just play the game until I gotta go.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
then, like at that moment, you've been waiting for this time to come. At this point, when the time comes to leave, you're just like,
You're not ready to
I don't
go.
want to go.
Yeah, that happens
You
a
know?
lot with a lot of
You know?
things. Even like when I got a dentist appointment, like I stay home from work, but
Yeah.
I got a dentist appointment. It could be like at 4 p.m. or something.
Yeah.
I'm still like, say I could be like, all right, I'm gonna start playing the game at like 2. I'll get off
Yeah.
like 3:30. I go to my dentist appointment. 3:30, I was like, it's not even about the dentist. I just
Yeah.
don't want to go somewhere right
Exactly.
now.
I've kind of committed to me just being here.
Yeah, I don't want to be obligated to now leave this
That's
spot.
what I do. And it's that gets me to like I want to talk about earlier before we came on here. Where like I said I let the day get like the
Oh,
best
yeah,
of me,
yeah, what
you know, where
happened?
it's like, well, I mean, like I had off the day, like so like I took off these 2 days because like I had a procedure, like so my girlfriend's having a procedure tomorrow. I just gotta be there to take her home. She'll be a little, drugged up a little bit, you know. So I just decided to take this day off too. I was like, I'll just make a thing of it, you know. I'll relax Monday, but like so like today just comes up, it's like she's just like, all right, well, I gotta go patient first because I'm not feeling good. I'm like, all right, that's cool and all, but like after I was like, well, can you wait till break? It's like off work or like what? Because I was gonna let her take the car. She's gonna chill out in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Just do what I do about my day without having to worry about going to get her. Just so like she was like, no, I want to go now, and it was like, all right, well now I gotta take Bray to work, which also means now that I gotta pick her up, which means realistically when I get done picking and dropping her off, I get back to my house like 10:30, 11 o'clock. I take you to the hospital. The whole day shot. As soon as I get back from the hospital with you, I gotta go get her now.
Yep.
So the whole day was just shot. I was so super fucking annoyed, mad, completely agitated. It's like really all fucked up. Really all fucked up, man.
I was going through the same thing with Kay, bro, where we were trying to make like the one car thing work, where I'm just like, you know what? I don't care no more. I'm like, just take me to work in the morning. I'll find a different way home. Just because I got to the point where it was like the same way, bro. It was like, there would be days where she had to work at 4:30.
Right.
I mean, she had to work at 5, so
Right.
she needs a car at 4:30.
Right.
I don't get off till 4:30, so it's like at this point, the earliest I can leave is 4 o'clock. I lose a half an hour, but I leave at 4 o'clock. Now I got to get home in 25 minutes so I can give her the car right away to go, right? Or if I kept the car and like she would get a ride, then it was like I get home at like 5 o'clock, right? And then like you can take your shit off, get some clothes on. Take care of the dog, maybe eat a little something. It's like 6:30, right? And I sit down and play the game. I play the game for like 45 minutes. Or 7:30, she's calling me, right?
Yeah.
Or you seen like in the beginning when we was doing the podcast,
Yep, exactly,
like right away, like she's already called. It's like my span, I get off at 4:30. I don't got to pick you up to 8:30, but really only got 2 hours because I got to do this other shit that just leaves us.
My mom was working that morning.
Yeah, that's definitely how it is. And it got to the point where I was just like, you know what? I ain't down with that. I'll figure out. I'll find a way.
On my day off today, like I literally had probably 2 hours total. Like I had 1 hour between dropping my grandma off and having to pick her up from and we had to go somewhere else to get like something else done, which prolonged it. So I had like an hour in between that, and then when we got all that done, I got home. You get something to eat as well.
Yeah.
So, like, I had an hour to kind of just like sit there and relax, nothing before I had to leave to go get break from work.
When you only got an hour, it don't even feel like you got nothing.
Exactly. So I was like, I mean, like, yeah, I have tomorrow off, but like, I actually have something to do tomorrow as well. So like now I had back-to-back days where I was off, and then I worked, and like also I had like a doggy sat this weekend, which also further complicated things, But I mean, like, yeah, like that's also kind of like chilling, not doing nothing, but it is at the end, it is still work, like like. I do try and play with like the dogs and everything because like that's what you pay. It pays me good.
Yeah.
Be there with the dogs. Like,
yeah.
Take care of them good.
Right.
They still wake you up at 6 because that's their schedule. They still get really rowdy at 4 because that's when they eat. And then they usually need to go outside all the time. Like I go outside with them. It's cold as fuck. But I mean, it's just like just not a lot of downtime for myself. Plus, we also like entertained like some people over the weekend as well. It was just like, oh my god, where's the me time? Where's the me time? I really value that. I really value just being alone, doing what I want.
Like it's fucked up how my mind works because like when I am alone like that, I'm like, all right, I got like 4 hours. I don't gotta do shit. I'm like, it's it's a Tuesday. We ain't got the cast or nothing. I'm like, I just got 4 hours. Kay's working. I ain't got shit to do. And like Kay will call me, maybe like once or twice.
Yeah.
And it's like I want to answer because I'm always like, what she's calling, or I worry like maybe it is really something, or maybe she says if I want something on the way home or something, But at the end of the day, like sometimes I'm just like, just want that silence, you know.
Yeah.
I just want to. I'm right here, right now. I'm going through my
Exactly.
rosters. I'm about to make a cap penalty cut of $4 million, and I just want silence. Or I'm on Civ, you know, and I just need 2 more turns so I can establish this, so I can establish a theory, and then I'll come right back to you. I'll call you. You know, I need
man.
I need that moment of just like nothing. That's like do what you
where
want.
It's just me, and I'm just doing
What I want to do.
Exactly.
Relaxed.
Like
Got me a nice little blend.
whether it be like, you know, if I'm like doing some type of like weird dive on YouTube versus, you know, whatever hole, or if I'm on like playing a game, or you know,
Anything of that nature. Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's like I'm just doing what I want to do, and I'm just kind of like enjoying it. I'm enjoying myself, just enjoying this. So like I don't know. I mean, like there's people that don't value that. Like, you know, I don't think value that, or like they just have like a heavy reliance on them, like wanting to be with you around you, and they don't really look for that alone time type of deal. Which I don't understand, because I'm like, oh my god, it's so valuable to me. I'm like, how could that not be valuable to you?
Oh, for sure.
Like,
For
I don't get it. It's a weird thing for me to understand. You know, I'm gonna try to, of course, but I mean, I put such a high value on that myself. That like, when I don't get it for a long time, I get really agitated, get really annoyed. You know, it's like, look, I'm just done.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
I'm just gonna worry about me right now, because I'm tired of worrying about you and
Yep.
you and this and that.
It's like, no, I'm gonna cancel some plans. I'm gonna cancel some plans.
Yeah.
You know, maybe it was a podcast, and I was just like, yeah, I can't do it. Or I was supposed to go somewhere. I'm just like, I ain't chilling today. You know,
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm just chilling. I'm chilling here. You know, I'm staying here. That's it.
Yeah. Well, like, you know, it's funny because like when I was like, you know, after all that, I was like, no, I'm not gonna do the cast night because I want to just relax. But I was just like, nah, I want to come on. I want to vent, because I eventually got to the point where like within an hour, like before I went and got Bray, like I did like, you know, get a little pump, you know, did a little workout, weights and shit, where like I did pump myself up. Where I was just like, yeah, it just felt good, you know. Just like, you know, now I'm ready to now. Like, but before I did that, I was just like, I just want to sit around and relax.
Sometimes you just like get a nice little blanket.
Exactly.
Get some hot cocoa.
Yeah.
Little hentai. Yeah.
A little hentai game where like it's one of those games where it's like, oh, last 5 minutes. You don't last 5 minutes.
Every time you say that, I love it. It's 5 minutes.
5 minutes playing this game.
And how many people do they get on that?
Like, when you look at the ads though, like it's literally always like an alien with like a fucking
big ass titties
and fat titties.
Yeah.
And like another thing with fat titties. And it's like,
I just always picture there's like hella guys on there just like only got 6 minutes.
I actually bet it would not be any problem to last to this, because it's weird.
Really, just as soon as you get on there, it's like 3 minutes in.
Like we talked about before, like on Steam, like they had like a huge influx of like hentai games on there now, man. Like you literally go to top sellers, you'll find like at least 10 hentai games.
What
like,
website is that for?
The Steam downloader, like Steam,
How you spell?
People know Steam. Yeah, for like PC launching and whatnot, for games and shit. Like you go to the store nowadays.
All hentai, huh? Cost money.
Just look up 10 top sellers. Yeah, you go to the top seller thing. You'll find at least 5.
You think, can I just go on there and make a game of me clapping Adele? Like you can create a person that claps Adele.
I mean, yeah.
Is that legal?
That's what Newgrounds was. You remember Newgrounds? That was like the hentai game spot, like in like 2000s, like Newgrounds. Remember, like they had all like the funny animations on there and shit.
Oh, I do remember that. Yeah, you had to copy it and paste it. Yeah.
Shit. But I remember, like, you could go in there, you could literally be like, you could play like the Teen Titans like fucking each other game or some shit.
Oh yeah, Kim Possible and everything. What happened to those like sites though, where you go on and just got like a bunch of games like we used to go on? Is that still out there? Yeah. Mini clip? Can I go on that?
Yeah, I don't think like those mini games are out there as much anymore, because like it's like a new role was taken from it.
They're all apps.
Where like it's like Steam, where like you go in there, it's like this launcher has stores all these games on here for you. You can have a store and shit. So like I don't know, just like privatized. I mean, I don't know, like those Flash games just aren't, you know, just not popular anymore, because I guess the level of gaming you have nowadays and whatnot. And your phones as well, you know. I mean, I think
it used to be so fun, didn't it?
I think Miniclip moved to like phone games and shit.
But you know how like you didn't even have to download nothing. You would just click on it. You were playing that game.
Yeah.
And you could go right back if you didn't like it. Click on another game.
Load up. I remember like, and whenever it was like, computer lab in middle school, like everyone would
right
do
away.
that game and it would spread. Remember that sandbox game you could do?
Bro, all I'm saying is that nobody fucks with me with Hot Dog George Bush.
Oh, remember that
Nobody
game? Yeah, remember that
fucking
game?
with me on Hot Dog George Bush, bro.
Yeah,
I'm serving big White House meals, bro. 580
bro,
days.
You know what game I was good
Ain't
at?
a damn junkie running away with my change.
I was good at that Krabby Patty making game on like Nickelodeon.com.
Never played that one.
You could literally you were making Krabby Patties to order. Like, you had to put the burger on the grill and you couldn't let it burn. You had to like cook it right.
Kind of like George Bush
And
thing.
assemble it right. You know exactly. You know, it's like I was good as shit at that game because I played hella. Fucking fun.
Remember that one game where you would create warriors and you had like skill attributes and you would just come up like, wow. Yeah.
Still a website. I actually went to it probably like 2 years ago.
That was fun.
I tried to find that game because I was trying to think about it. I remember like because you would pick like your people and like you would spread the warriors out and fight against other people. You know, you could fight each other.
No, that's the one you're talking about. The one where you choose what you are, like an elf and shit like that. Yeah, that was fucking awesome. Yeah. The one I'm talking about is when you were a gladiator warrior.
And you made your own guy.
And you had your skill attribute, and you had like attack, defend. It was like real in depth.
I think so.
And then you bought more shit. The one you're talking about was the best game that ever was in there.
I remember. I love that game.
That game was awesome, bro. I would play that right now.
Yeah,
I play that right now.
I'm saying that game was what took me back to Congregate. And
Did you ever find it?
Yeah, it's still on there.
What's it called?
I don't remember. This was a while ago, man.
Did you play it? Was it fun?
Yeah, I didn't enjoy it anymore because
it's
not what you. The whole thing is like you had fun at that moment. And
yeah.
Brought you back here. It's not really enjoyable in the moment because I remember like the big strategy was like
that was so perfect how you worded it.
Yeah, I remember one big strategy was like
you back here
because like I remember like how a lot of people beat the higher levels. You would just like set a guy in a row. Strongest guy, like you eventually level your people up so far, and you can just send your strongest guy out continuously. My man, continuously just going and going and going in one single straight line. It's
funny how what you just said always gets me with movies. I always go back. I'm like, oh, you gotta see this movie. I'll get like my nephew to watch it, and the whole time watching, was like, kind of gay, ain't it? And it's like, I remember like the one time, like I was telling them, like, you guys never seen Spy Kids? And like I rewatched Spy Kids like 2 with them, and they're just like not impressed, dude.
Yeah.
Like the graphics just aren't impressive, you know. And I'm just like, it's not that cool. Now that I've seen some better graphics, I gotta agree with you guys. It's kind of shitty.
Well, that it was just like this is pretty corny too.
Yeah, or like especially like scary movies. It's like you got to get the good ones to get them scared.
Yeah, I mean for me, it's like there's one that looked kind of freaky. I forgot it was like Netflix or some shit. It's the one that everyone's talking about right now. It's really scary. I forgot what it's called.
Huh.
No idea. But
I like it.
Yeah, there's one on here.
Netflix?
I think it's in like Spanish though, which is like a big problem with me.
See, that don't bother you, but you watch. I mean, that bothers you, but
I watch with subtitles.
The hentai.
I don't watch hentai subtitles. You know, right? I don't watch hentai.
I watch English.
I watch hentai. I watch anime. You know, I prefer like an English dub, typically. You know.
Oh, you like it when it has English?
When it's in English, but I still watch most things with subtitles regardless.
I got you. Oh, so that's why there's that argument of dub versus sub, right?
Because for me, like.
So you argue dub.
But with me, when the audio matches the subtitles going on, it just helps me follow the actual conversation more clear. I don't sit there and read subtitles. But when it comes to the Japanese, audio with subtitles over it, yeah, it's just me reading that. You know what I'm saying? Like I can read it perfectly, but I'm taking my eyes off.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
You know?
I've always said that.
When I watch TV with regular subtitles, I'm not reading that shit. I can kind of like read it out of my peripherals, and it just kind of like reinforces what I already heard. You know what I'm saying? And if I didn't hear anything clearly, I'll be like, "What's that?" In that part of the conversation, I can just look real quick. Oh, he said that, and then that just comes together.
I remember like a couple people saying it like. And once you just watch it for a long time, it eventually just becomes like automatic.
Yeah. And I mean, there's not especially with animes, there's not a lot of animes where they say where the English dub is good. Where it's considered
right. That they bash it.
There's only one anime that's Yu Yu Hakusho. That's the one anime that's considered the English dub better than the actual.
Oh, really?
And the actual.
It matches up good.
No,
well,
it's better.
You know, like even in the Chinese movies that they would try and make like English, it'd be like. I ain't going, and you're just like, that's hard to say. Exactly, it's hard to commit to that.
Because for me, the whole thing is about the immersion in the movie. This is breaking immersion.
Yeah.
This is immersion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, when I can't
very true.
Understand what they're saying, like, and there's times where like the English sub is like, or like the English subtitles are generally the direct translation. Like it's not even what they
Right, I
said,
got
you
you.
know?
I got
So
you.
like, even like so when they do the English version, like it's usually done different from the subtitles. So now you have subtitles that don't even match up.
Right.
So it's like that's what they said. He said something completely different. Like
Huh.
but in the actual translation, he said something different. But the voice actor said something, or the script did something else in English. It was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah, just something about that.
Well,
you know?
Steve likes subtitles on his hentai.
I
Check
don't
us
like
out.
that Japanese hentai shit.
We'll be only Chinese. We'll be coming back soon.
English only.
Thank you everybody for tuning in.
Love
Been
you.
another
Thank you so
show.
much.
Gotta get some food. Love you.
Have a good night, man.